Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. Welcome to the 6th annual Tropaia Exercise at Georgetown University School of Foreign Service in Qatar. My name is Ghadal Abdallah, and I'm pleased to be your host for this evening. It is delightful to have everyone who supported us through our past 4 years at Georgetown here on this special day. Tropaia is the ancient Greek word for monuments raised in honor of victories in war and athletic contests. The ancient Greeks believed that brave effort and noble victory, whether on the battlefield or in the athletic stadium, was a thing of beauty that deserved to be admired and remembered. Georgetown, too, honors the courageous academic struggles and honorable success of its students. We are here today to acknowledge the students whose efforts have earned them outstanding achievements. Before we commence, however, I would like to invite to the lectern Imam Yahya Hindi, Muslim Chaplaincy Director at Georgetown University, to begin this evening with an invocation.
Thank you, Ghada. It's my honor to have been asked to offer the invocation for this wonderful program. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wallahu akhrajakum من بطون أمهاتكم لا تعلمون شيئا وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة لعلكم تشكرون. It is God who sends you from the wombs of your mothers, knowing nothing. And it is God who grants you the ability to hear and the ability to see. And it is God who makes for you your hearts so that you may be grateful. Our one God, we feel your magnificence in the wonders of this moment. We feel your embrace in the loving bonds that so clearly and profoundly flow between us, between parents and children, and between teachers and students. Continue to bless us with your divine wonders of wisdom. Our God of wonders, life is a lot of work. What is it that gives us the strength to continue when we are tired and burned out? Sometimes an inspirational idea can help us renew ourselves and be filled with strength to fulfill our life's purposes. And this inspiration comes in many forms and ways. However, the root of all inspirations is the idea that our lives are meaningful. Inspiration is knowing that what we do matters deeply to the universe. When we have the feeling that our actions are meaningful, we become filled with strength and vigor to fulfill the purposes of our lives. We ask for the power of your wonders, God, to continue to inspire us with ideas, dreams, and the strength to keep going even after we graduate. I ask you, God, to bless those we are about to award and those we honor today, for they believed in themselves, were inspired by something or someone, and after 4 years of hard work, were able to prove that they can fulfill the purpose of their lives. Absolute and all-knowing God, nothing is hidden from your sight. In the pre-science, since the beginning, all knowledge existed within you. So kindly share your knowledge with us, making us aware of what is meant to be, permitting our souls to understand it, and wisdom to agree with its outcome. Provide us with the gift of carefulness to wisely apply received knowledge and to ensure the fulfillment of your divine will. Looking back, God, we remember, honor, and offer thanks for all we have been able to give to and receive from one another, both over the years and on this very day. And with humble and open hearts, we await all that we might be blessed to give and to receive. Looking ahead, God, we embrace with great confidence the journey upon which we embark today, trusting in you and in all that has given us strength and vision and sustenance in the past, to carry us through this next phase of our lives as parents and children, as teachers and students, and as colleagues and friends. God, the dominion is yours forever and ever. With one voice, let us all say, Amen.
It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Daniel Stahl, Professor, Associate Dean of Academic Affairs, who will preside over the awarding of special recognition certificates.
Thank you, Ghada. We now recognize students who have earned certificates in a secondary concentration in the School of Foreign Service. Our certificates, designed to complement students' major fields of study, allow students to focus their intellectual inquiry in more depth and on two particular regions of the world, America and the Middle East. For earning a certificate in American Studies, will the following students please come to the stage to collect their certificates? Dmitry Favlovsky. Tala Hamash. Lucas Kiprianou. Indiveri Thotawathaki. For earning a certificate in Arab and Regional Studies, will the following students please come to the stage to collect their certificates? Ghada El Abdallah. Michelle El Hajri. Halima El Harbi. Amina El Jali. Sarah El Mesned. Shadi Eshebli. Arwa El Sanusi. May El Tonsi. Mohammed Khalil Harb. Toka Mohammed. Lina Zahir. Exemplary academic performance is recognized in a number of ways at the end of a student's undergraduate career. Grade point averages, Latin honors, and special awards are a few of the most significant ways in which a university acknowledges outstanding student performance. Honor societies hold a special place in the celebration of scholarly excellence. Governed by a board of accomplished scholars and employing rigorous standards for admission to their ranks, honor societies recognize excellence and achievement in a variety of academic disciplines on a national and indeed international level. Annually, outstanding students from Georgetown University's School of Foreign Service in Qatar are inducted into many of America's most prestigious honor societies. We take this time to recognize their achievements. Each year, a number of outstanding students from the 28 American institutions that owe their foundation and mission to the educational work of the Jesuit order are chosen for membership in the Jesuit National Honor Society, Alpha Sigma Nu, based on academic accomplishment together with the spirit of generous service. This year, the following students have been inducted. Sarah El-Mesmed. Mohammed Khalil Harb. The following students have been inducted into Omicron Delta Epsilon, the National Economics Honor Society. Tuhami Abi. Caroline Abisale. Shadi Ashebli. Ali Hamad Al-Thani. Bartow David Daniel IV. Lina Sheikh. Toka Muhammad. Alexander Wegner. Mohammed Zia. The following students have been inducted into Pi Sigma Alpha, the National Political Science Society. Sarah El-Mesmed. Shadi Ashebli. Dmitry Fravlovsky. Lucas Kiprianou. Nikhil Lakapal. Khadija Mahsood. Alexander Wegner. The following students have been inducted into Phi Alpha Theta, the National History Honor Society. Caroline Abisale. Mariam Athani. Dmitry Frovlovsky. Tala Hamash. Mohammed Khalil Harb. Lucas Kiprianou. Sarah Mohammed. Habiba Saud. Alexander Wegner. Phi Beta Kappa is America's oldest honor society and remains its most prestigious. Founded in 1776 by students at the College of William and Mary University in Virginia, Phi Beta Kappa is dedicated to the principle of liberty and the free and unrestricted pursuit of academic inquiry. Less than 1% of graduates from American universities are invited into membership in Phi Beta Kappa, which has become the sine qua non of outstanding achievement in the liberal arts and sciences. The following students have been inducted into Phi Beta Kappa, the National Academic Honor Society. Tahami Abbey. Fatima El Melki. Mohammed Khalil Harb. Khadija Mahsood. Now, I would like to invite 4 other members of Phi Beta Kappa to join the new inductees on stage for a group photo. Dr. Elizabeth Andretta, Dr. Jeremy Coons, Dr. Amy Nestor, and Ms. Doa Osman. I would now like to invite Dean Gerd Donovan to the lectern, Dean of Georgetown University School of Foreign Service in Qatar.
Now, as with universities throughout the world, Georgetown places a Latin phrase on the diplomas of students who have earned high grades throughout their undergraduate career, and they do this as a special honor. Laus is a Latin word for praise or distinction, and the Latin phrase thus is the universal mark of exceptional academic achievement. This honor is awarded in 3 ranks. They are in ascending order: cum laude, meaning with praise; magna cum laude, with great praise; and summa cum laude, with the highest praise. At Saturday's commencement exercises, the names of these students will be read along with their honors notation. And tonight, we invite them to come forward to receive their letters of congratulations. Tuhami Abi, summa cum laude. Caroline Abi Saleh, magna cum laude. Fatma Majid Al-Malki, magna cum laude. Sarah Khalid Al-Misnad, magna cum laude. Dana Hamad Al-Thani, cum laude. Mariam Al-Thani, magna cum laude. Lina Mamoun Al-Sheikh, cum laude. Dmitry Igorovich Frolovsky, cum laude. Tala Hamash, cum laude. Mohammed Khalil Harb, summa cum laude. Lucas Cipriano, cum laude. Nikhil Lakampal, magna cum laude. Khadija Mahsoud, summa cum laude. Sarah Fayed Muhammad, cum laude. Toka Sharif Muhammad, cum laude. Habiba Amr Saoud, cum laude. Alexander Wegner, cum laude. Lina Zahir, magna cum laude. And Mohammed Sarim Zia, magna cum laude. I now invite Dr. Amy Nestor, Professor of English, to come to the lectern.
Every year, students distinguish themselves in the major by completion of a thesis. This year, the following students earned honors in the major Culture and Politics. Wad Adam for her thesis, Ibn Dafula Tabakat, an analysis of proto-national identity under the Fuj Sultanate in north-central Sudan, 1504 to 1821. Her faculty mentor was Professor Corinne Walter. Wad, would you please come forward to receive the book selected for you by your mentor? Mariam A. Alfani, for her thesis, The Malleability of Identity, an exploration of the Muslim Arab Detroit community. Her faculty mentor was Professor Corinne Walter. Mariam, will you please come forward to receive the book selected for you by your professor? Mohammed Khalil Harb, for his thesis, Living and Imagining City Spaces, The Case of Beirut. His faculty mentor was Professor Elizabeth Andretta. Mohammed, will you please come forward to receive the book selected for you by your mentor? I would now like to call to the lectern Professor of Economics, Dr. Ganesh Seshan.
So this year, the following student earned honors in the major International Economics. Caroline Abisaleh for her thesis, Loan Rejection Rates and Voter Behavior. Her faculty mentor was Professor Alexis Antionadis. Caroline, would you please come forward to receive the book selected for you by your mentor? I would now like to call back to the lectern, our MC for the evening, Ghada Abdullah.
The student I'm about to introduce is the first person I met when I arrived on campus. It was a little before Fajr prayer during Ramadan, and she was going through the usual Hunger Games ritual which we go through right before we start fasting. Since then, she has become my best friend, and more importantly, my sister, with food cementing our relationship, of course. Together, we have shared some of the best times, which have included just sitting around or watching every video there is on YouTube. She has helped me overcome some of my greatest fears, like eating sushi, and has supported me in my countless unreasonable actions. She is one of the most intelligent, stubborn, friendly, and kind-hearted people I have come across. I honestly don't know how I would have survived the past 2 weeks or every finals week since freshman year without her. During her time at Georgetown, she has achieved great things. She has destroyed her opponents on the basketball court, received a certificate in American Studies, and was a wise learner, among other things. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the student speaker of Tropaia, the girl with the awesome hair, Tala Hamash.
Thank you, Ghada. As most of you know, we are joined at the hip. For today's speech, a lot of people jokingly asked me if I would be talking about Palestine, since I spend a lot of time talking about that. But tonight, this is about us, the class of 2014. So to everyone here, good evening, Assalamu alaikum. Parents, welcome. I am sure you're all filled with pride, seeing your sons and daughters growing up. And I'm sure it is almost hard to believe that time has passed by so quickly. I can't go on, of course, without thanking my parents and my two brothers sitting right here for their endless support and sacrifices, and Allah khalikum. Georgetown faculty and staff, welcome. In the past 4 years, you have been teaching, you have been guiding, helping, managing, and organizing. You have touched our lives, one way or another, directly or indirectly, and you have been a very significant part of our lives in the past 4 years here at Georgetown. Graduating Hoyas, congratulations. It feels like only yesterday we were gathered at the LAS building, touring its hallways, searching for our classrooms to no avail. It feels like only yesterday that we had officially become proud Georgetown students. And although we will always be true to the Hoya spirit ingrained within us, we have a new journey to embark on. Growing up, I had heard about Georgetown University from movies, from TV shows, and other forms of pop culture. I knew a couple really important people went there, like the King of Jordan, King Abdullah, and this other guy with the white hair. I think he's Hillary Clinton's husband, if I'm not mistaken. So I associated Georgetown with politics. Something about being Arab is political. Now, of course, this doesn't apply to everyone because we have a very diverse community, but something about being Arab is political. We grew up to the noise of Al Jazeera playing in the background. We witnessed our fathers and our mothers engaging in heated political discussions with our relatives and friends. In general, an Arab is exposed to a very fair share of politics before reaching the age of 3. Well, guess what? I'm Palestinian, so I was kind of born into it. However, that being said, I actually wanted to be a surgeon. For the bigger chunk of my life, I actually wanted to go into medicine. It was only until I had heard about Georgetown's program here in Qatar that I felt like I heard my calling. I found out about the School of Foreign Service in Qatar from a friend who was studying here at Texas A&M. I still remember the day that I heard back from admissions. I was at a basketball game in one of Jordan's largest athletic facilities. I was watching 2 of Jordan's main basketball teams compete. It was loud, it was crazy, it was messy, and I was one of the very, very few girls in that area, but I was so determined to watch the game that I loved the most. My phone rang, It was an international number. I picked up, but as soon as I did, this dumbfoundingly loud buzzer came up and I couldn't hear anything, so I had to run out and figure out who was calling me. Tala, I am happy to let you know that you have been accepted to Georgetown. Oh, the happiness. Oh, the jumps of joy. That was the beginning of my journey with SFS-Q. Even though I often face the dreaded, are you out of your mind? What are you going to do with a political science degree? I always answered, A, it is not political science. It is international politics. And yes, that does make a difference. I'm a culture and politics major at this point, but this was always a struggle. And B, I will be doing what I love. It is not because I'm Palestinian, and I truly wanted to make a difference, as cliche as that sounds, to the Palestinian cause. It is not because of Georgetown's rankings and reputation in this field, although that was part of it. It is not because of the fat scholarship I received, to which I'm, of course, beyond grateful, even though that was also part of it. It was Liz Kepferly, who's not here with us today, she's in DC, but it was her who welcomed my mother and me with open arms. It was the Qatar Foundation's noble mission of investing in education and human capital for the sustainable progress of a nation. It was Georgetown's Jesuit values. It was educating the whole person in their intellectual, spiritual, social, and physical aspects. It was caring for the person, cura personalis. It was women and men for others. Seriously, how beautiful is that? It was the coupling of academic excellence with faith and justice. It was interreligious understanding and diversity. No wonder that despite the unearthly load of assignments and workload we have here, despite not having anything to do, we could never bear to stay away from this place. We could never be away for too long. It was home. It really was. And we, honestly, as I think I speak on behalf of at least, I hope, the majority of the class of 2014 when I say I think we made the right choice. And for me personally, I know I made the right choice of coming here instead of going to medicine or some other field. For 4 years, this was really our home. For 4 years, we listened to Arwa's laugh. For 4 years, we admired Amir's outfits. Where is Amir? I want to find Amir. There he is. He's right there. For 4 years, we heard Ghada's sneeze. I'm sure no one can forget that. We saw Shaim's Instagram pictures of literally everything. We heard Dimitri's pro-Russian rants all the time. We witnessed David's weight loss journey. Props. Seriously, I hope I can one day join you on this journey. We learned about Cyprus. I wonder from who? Lucas Cipriano. And we wished we could be like Tuhami and not procrastinate. And congratulations on the 1 billion awards you just received. And we all learned a little something about jazz music from Indy, of course. Where is Indy? Where is she? There she is. We loved it, you know? We were the big family, and the big family. We were the last class to witness what it's like to be in the LAS building, and one of the first to experience what the new building was like. We struggled together. We stole free food together. We helped each other pull all-nighters with the provision of abundant moral support and Red Bull. But more importantly, we became the Hoyas we were always meant to be. We are children of this institution. To refer to Professor Elizabeth Andretta's last lecture, we are, and we always will be, faced with situations that qualify as moral dilemmas. With the wholesome education we received here at Georgetown, I hope that we take the tools provided to us, and ones that we worked really hard for, and approach each of these dilemmas not seeking the lesser evil or the lesser of two evils, but with initiative, with determination, and more importantly, with deep-rooted hope and conviction that change is possible. Everything is possible. I hope that every single one of you is ready to take on the world. Thank you, and Hoya Saksa.
Thank you, Tala. In addition to prizes honoring students of academic distinction, we are pleased to acknowledge the staff member, dean, and professor who, in the judgment of the students, have been the most outstanding. We would like to take this opportunity to thank them for their commitment to our class. The class of 2014's Favorite Staff Award goes to someone who unfortunately is not present with us today, as she is currently at a conference sharpening her skills. We want to acknowledge the sheer amount of help she has provided to our class. To many of us, she has been our link to our future careers and has provided us with countless tips on how the job market works. The Staff Member of the Year award goes to Career Service Manager Sandy Kim. Our favorite dean has always been there to make sure we were right on track. He is one of the most organized people at Georgetown and is the person to go to when you need something done. He has helped students with study abroad and has made sure we all graduate in time. His character, height, and great hair, of course, have made him stand out as Dean of the Year for 2014. Dean McGregor, will you please come forward and receive your award? I never had the pleasure of being in a class with the professor who is receiving the Faculty of Year award. However, I have heard many great things about her. She has been a great professor, as well as a mentor and a friend to many of her students. Her door has always been open, and she has always greeted everyone with a smile on her face. She has listened to her students' concerns and complaints and acted on them. On behalf of the class of 2014, I am proud to announce that this year's favorite professor is the one and only Professor Karen Walther. Professor Walther, will you please come forward and receive your award? I now invite Dean Noneman back to the lectern to announce the winner of the HBKU Award.
The standards for the Hamad bin Khalifa University President's Award are very high, and the selection process is extremely rigorous. Each of the universities present in Education City, and there's 9 of them, may nominate up to 4 graduating seniors who have distinguished themselves through their academic performance, yes, but also their service to the community. The nominees then submit a detailed application, and that is reviewed blindly under assigned numbers rather than names, so the judges cannot know who this is. And the judges are a selection committee comprised of HBKU's top, or Education City's top academic and student affairs officials. The recipient of this year's HBKU President's Award is Sarah Al-Misnad. Sarah, I know that you received your award last Monday at the HBKU, the Qatar Foundation Awards ceremony, but please do, yes, indeed, come to the stage for a formal congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Those of you who read the local press will have seen Sarah in the newspapers too. All part of this. So I now invite Dr. Patrick Meadows, Professor of French, to the lectern.
Good evening. The Franco-Qatari Friendship Eugène Fromentin Award honors the senior who has demonstrated distinct progress and achievement in the study of French at SFS-Q, as well as curricular and extracurricular commitment to the study of French language and culture. This year's award goes to Lina Zahir. Our next presenter is Dr. Gary Wasserman, Professor of Government.
The Certificate in American Studies Award honors a graduating senior who, in the judgment of the faculty, has written the best senior paper. For her excellent paper on the history and development of Christian Zionism in America, this year's award goes to Tala Hamesh.
Should I give it to you so you give it back to me?
I now have the honor of introducing Dr. Mark Farha, Professor of Government.
The Certificate in Arab and Regional Studies Award honors the graduating senior who, in the judgment of the faculty, has written the best senior paper on a subject relating to the history, culture, or literature of the Middle East. For her well-written paper, her excellent research, and her originality of thought, this year's award goes to Arwa As-Sanusi. I now have the privilege of inviting Dr. Amy Nestor, Professor of English, to the lectern.
The Culture and Politics major, otherwise known as CULP, examines the intersection of culture, knowledge, and power. Imbued in the major is a commitment to cross-cultural tolerance, social justice, and ethical leadership. Hence, in awarding the CULP Medal to the outstanding CULP graduate, the CULP faculty recognize not just the academic performance within the major, but a demonstrated commitment to the major's students and faculty that goes beyond the classroom. This student wrote a luminous honors thesis, devoted himself to a multitude of extracurricular activities in the major, both in Doha and abroad, drew members of the community into rigorous discussions of cultural theory, urban life, and ethical practice, and endlessly inspired us all by his example. On behalf of the CULP faculty, it is my honor to award the CULP Medal to Mohammed Khalil Harb. I now invite my colleague, once more, Dr. Ganesh Seshan, Professor of Economics, to present the next award.
So this is for the International Economics Outstanding Student Award. It's being presented to a student who has earned a near-perfect academic record in his 4 years at Georgetown and has served as an extraordinarily capable undergraduate teaching assistant during his last 2 years. And in recognition of his commitment, dedication, and impressive work ethic, he was recently voted as the most hardworking student by his peers at Georgetown in Qatar. In addition, so we go on, this student was awarded a research grant by the Qatar National Research Fund to study the impact of online chatter on the behavior of asset prices. In particular, by analyzing all the tweets, not bird tweets, but those who are Twitter, since the beginning of Twitter, which is almost more than 500 billion, he investigated how chatter on a virtual currency called Bitcoin affected its prices. On behalf of the economics faculty at Georgetown, I'm pleased to present the Outstanding International Economics Student Award to Tohami Abi. It's my pleasure to invite to the lecture Dr. Amira Sonbul, Professor of History.
Turn page. Oh, excuse me. What happened? I don't have the... there's a page missing here. Okay. I'm going to be it's page 45. It's still missing. It's still missing. It's supposed to, oh, the other side, sorry. Okay. No, it's not here. It's a bad show. It's not here. I'll just have to do it without. I'm going to be presenting the award for the outstanding student in the international politics major. And this year's student was chosen for, and I'm going to read this. We usually choose the outstanding student who has not only done the best work in her curricular work, but also service to the community that is related to the IPOL major. The student chosen for this year was the Vice President of SFS-Q, a Student Government Association. She was the board member of Georgetown Model United Nations, 2013. She participated in Zones of Conflict, Zones of Peace in Cambodia, was editor of politics of Diwan, Georgetown's intellectual magazine, was president of the Special Political and Decolonization Committee at Georgetown, was board member of the Hoya Outreach Programs and Education, reporter at United Nations Alliance of Civilizations Pre-Forum, Qatar 2011, was reporter at World Innovation Summit for Education, Qatar Foundation 2011, acted as admissions ambassador and junior analyst of the Qatar Student Investment Fund, treasurer of the Best Buddies in Qatar, Georgetown chapter, and was global scholar, Global Young Leaders Conference. She also had time to play football and was captain of Georgetown's women's football team. Because of these many and varied contributions to the major, this year's IPOL award goes to Sarah El-Misnet. I'm trying to give you the right one. I'm glad you came. Don't want to make a mistake. I now call out on Professor Zabara to come to the lectern.
The Abu Hamid Al-Ghazali Faculty Award honors a student who is among the 5 best in terms of academic average, has international exposure, and has demonstrated leadership outside of the classroom. The recipient of this award has accumulated a near-perfect GPA while taking a mix of very challenging courses, was a superb undergraduate econ teaching assistant, has impressed his classmates, students, professors, and deans with his positive attitude. The recipient has participated in community engagement program, Turk to Bangladesh, zones of conflict, zones of peace to East Timor, and has been in executive committee, the MESA executive committee in 2012 to 2013. Please welcome Tohame Abi. I'm pleased to invite Dean Noneman back to the lecture to present the Dean's Medal, the final award of the evening.
So the Dean's Medal is awarded to the graduating senior who earns the highest scholastic average, right, call it GPA, during his or her undergraduate study at the School of Foreign Service in Qatar. Now, you might think that's just a number, even if a high number, but say this person clearly has studied hard and is clearly bright. But for someone achieving this at SFS-Q, I would say it says a lot more. Students here go through, as they themselves know, very rigorous, multidisciplinary course of study. And the person receiving the Dean's Medal has, by definition, demonstrated consistency over the years. And for instance, it's clear they've demonstrated they can ably address an international trade question, say, and then turn around and start talking about primary sources in history, and then integrate that with philosophy and the analytical tools of political science. And then there's the core specialization of the major, with the demanding interdisciplinary coursework that requires, all along showing intellectual prowess, curiosity, and a commitment to the highest standards of scholarship. The student who's earned this year's Dean's Medal embodies all that. She came to us only for her final 2 years, joining us from the University of Lahore to take a major in international politics. Now, such a transfer can be challenging enough, but this year's Dean's Medal winner took it all in a stride and went from strength to strength. In typical Hoya fashion, she was just as active and committed outside the classroom as within. She was a pillar of the women's basketball team, a powerful debater, a member of the Film Society Club, and a student worker in the library. She also undertook a significant original research project funded by a grant from the Qatar National Research Fund, and she was Model United Nations Chair for 2014, as well as a key participant in Georgetown's very own Student Research Conference, already mentioned once before, organized by MESA, or the Middle East Studies Students Association, which this year, in its 3rd edition, led to the publication of our own new undergraduate scholarly journal. Like I said, it's more than a number. This year we've had, as you probably already figured, several extraordinarily strong performances among our students, the class of 2014, and therefore several people who would have been worthy winners of the Dean's Medal in any top university. So coming the ultimate top of this exceptional group is even more impressive. It therefore gives me the most genuine pleasure to present this year's Dean's Medal to Khadija Massoud. So I'd now like to invite Ghada Abdullah back to the lectern to offer some closing remarks.
A year ago, we took our graduation pictures. At that time, I had convinced myself I was ready to graduate. As much as I know it's time for a new start, being at Georgetown for the past 4 years has been an incredible experience. And I would stay just a little longer if I had the chance. As cliché as it sounds, everything about Georgetown, including the workload, was an amazing and refreshing experience. I can actually say that I have changed and grown in the past 4 years here, and every single person at Georgetown is to thank for that. To the security guards who greet us at the door every morning, to the faculty and staff who have been there for us during our 4 years here, to our parents and families who have encouraged us throughout our lives and supported us in our decision to attend Georgetown. We hope we have made you proud. Thank you for believing in us and continually providing us with guidance and support, and to keep us going. Finally, thank you to the class of 2014, a group of 47 people who have become like family. Thank you for the memories. Sorry. The all-timers. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for the all-nighters, the good times and the bad. What we have become in the future will be due to the past 4 years we've spent at Georgetown. So thank you for the knowledge, thank you for the experience, and thank you for the support. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. My mom's over there crying as well, so now we know who I got this from. Okay. We now invite all of you to join us for the reception in the auditorium lobby. The 6th annual Tropaia Exercises of Georgetown University's School of Foreign Service in Qatar are now included. Thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you.